We are on the road at the very beginning of our big trip. How far in are we, Mr. Hal?
We're 40 kilometres into our, well, it's 4,000 k's to the Cape, so probably 15,000 k's we're going to do all together, I don't know. But our first day of my 4 months long service leave.
Now, a little bit of housekeeping for those that are wondering. We've actually got house sitters in our house, so they'll be there for the next 4 months. And our lovely dog, our husky Pumpkin, who can't travel with us because she gets a little anxious and she starts guarding the van and forgets to eat and drink, doesn't she?
And likes attacking, well, see the kangaroo, she'll just go crazy.
Yeah, so she is actually during the weekdays going to stay with her pack, which is Jasper, her boyfriend, Lucy and Tash are her stepsisters. And then every morning she goes to the dog park, which is her normal routine, and she'll see Ruma and Aqua. And then on the weekends she'll come home to her big brother and have a weekend of rest and recuperate. Beautiful bridge, but look at the drop down to get down to the creek or the river. It's actually the Turon River. But a lovely place to have lunch. Yes, we just walked around the main block. We could camp here. It's supposed to be a beautiful campground, but it's cold and it's only lunchtime and we'd just be sitting in the cold. So we want to head further north today. First night stopping and we feel like we've hit the jackpot. We are here in the Bylong Valley. Nearly forgot already. And we're the only ones here. We actually got to Candos or Railstone, they're both sort of very close together, and wanted to stop and go into a national park. It was a half-an-hour drive into the national park and you had to pre-book, and if we were going to do that we were going to stay for 2 nights. And when we got there it was rainy and cloudy and cold and windy. We both looked at each other and went, oh, I don't want to spend 2 nights sitting under the awning, or 2 days sitting under the awning. So we thought we'd keep coming along, and we got to this place. It's literally $10 a night, has hot showers, dump point, underground playground and barbecue tables, all run by volunteers. And we've parked behind the bush. Oh look, somebody's lurking behind the bush. This church and the graveyard is one of the first buildings and establishments to be done in Bylong, and it's quite old and it's now listed. They're trying to raise $40,000 to look after it. So if you feel like donating, send it over. What's up?
I just wrote a cheque for 40,000 and put it in the donation box.
Oh gosh, I wish we could.
Yeah, I did. Just sit there.
Yeah, it'll bounce. That's the only problem. It's like getting their hopes up. We would if we could. Well, I don't know what's around that corner because we haven't driven that part yet. We've come from the other bit. This is just a little bridge. And it is so quiet here. There's just a few birds fluttering around. There's been maybe 3 cars go past. According to the internet, the general store has been closed because the mine owns it and the mine didn't get to mine here, so they've closed it, which is a shame, no doubt, for the locals. But what the locals have and have done is upkeep the campground. The grounds are mowed and dead flat for the van. It's just really pleasant. It's so quiet and it just feels still and nice in this valley. Either way, I think this is just my cup of tea for our first night on our big trip. Good morning from beautiful Bylong Valley. And it has been a beautiful, peaceful night. And I guess this is a great overnighter. And if you needed a rest day, like just to hang around the van or work or whatever, this is just perfect. But for us, we're pretty keen to do some more kilometres. We did not succeed today. We didn't drive out of the cold and the rain. In fact, it rained all day and we hardly stopped at all except for lunch at the Golden Guitar at Tamworth because it was just cold and blistery and everything. And we've just pulled up here and set up. And why did we pull up here? Because I picked it, because I love the name. It's called Mother of Ducks Lagoon. It's a free camp spot. Some people say that it's donation. I've walked up and down, read all of the signs, and I can't find a donation box or any mention of it. We were keen here because it's so cold. We thought we might eat in the bistro in the local club, but sadly that's not open tonight. So this is the camping. There's 7 spots and they're designated on a map where they want you to camp, and everywhere else has big no camping signs. So there are toilets over there, but they get locked at 7 o'clock and they're not open till 7 the next morning because they've had too much vandalism. I don't know how far this goes, but you can walk and it's nice and wide, and I'm checking for snakes even though it's unlikely. And so far, purple swamp hens everywhere. Well, the story of our day today, yeah, I think you can walk a very long way around. We actually drove around here before we found the campsite and it's all the way over there. But the rain's coming and I'm already getting wet. So I'm going to slink back. Hopefully tomorrow's better weather and I can walk some more. We are packed up. It is so cold, and last night after I come back from walking the little rim, come back to the van and said a little bit of rain was coming. It was a lot of rain, wasn't it?
This is cold. My fingers are numb.
Yeah, it's bitter and cold. We put the heater on, we put the hot water on, and we had a shower. We got into bed, and that's pretty much it. This is the least it has rained this morning, so we're taking advantage. We've quickly packed up and we're off. I'm not even going to walk around and take photos because it's so cold, the batteries keep collapsing. And here comes the rain again, hey?
Yeah, hey, I was looking into looking after bees, become a bee person.
A beekeeper?
Yeah, so I went to a beekeeper and I said, can I have 12 bees? He goes, okay, no worries. So he gave me the bees. I said, you gave me an extra one. He goes, oh, that's a freebie.
Haha, very funny. Too cold in the car. Let's put the heater on. So where are we off to today?
Whatever, towards Byron Bay somewhere. We'll see how we go.
Look, there's sunshine and blue sky.
And it's about 17 degrees. That's about 80 degrees warmer than it was this morning.
And you're happy with your fuel consumption?
Yeah, we've done 205 Ks and we averaged 12.5 litres per 100.
And it was a windy road through Ebor.
And that's towing this huge van of ours. That's pretty impressive stuff.
But very, very pleased. Hoping the blue skies continue. Hello from Mullumbinby. That's right, near Byron Bay. It's 15 minutes outside of Byron Bay. But this campsite is actually half the price of anywhere to camp in Byron Bay. So we thought we'd save a little bit of money, see a different town as well. We had a great meal last night at the RSL Club. We would have rather eaten in the Leagues Club and walked there, but it wasn't open last night. But this is the campsite. It actually has a river running along here, and normally we would camp off power along the river, but it's rained so much that they've asked people if they could take campsites along the oval where it's drier and people aren't getting bogged, so we've agreed to that. It's $37 for water and power hookup. We thought that that was pretty good given that all the places that we contacted in Byron Bay were about the $80 mark. So it's nice and clean. There's an on-site caretaker and the people seem really friendly, and John was really hoping if it hadn't rained that there might be NRL training last night, but I think it was cancelled because it poured. Well, I won't lie, and I think even John's shocked, but we're on the way in to Byron Bay and it's a traffic jam. We've been sitting and you're just not moving, is that right?
Well, I haven't been to Byron Bay since about 1980. And back then when I used to play soccer here, it was a nothing little town. Now it's full of bloody yuppies and rich people.
Well, we don't know that. We haven't been there yet, but it's definitely very popular. Byron Bay Lighthouse Precinct is so busy, and it's not even summer, is it?
Yeah, I mean, no wonder I've never been here before.
Yeah. It's really busy, so we've driven up and then we got to the very top. There's limited parking spots and there's a lady there, she's very nice. They're charging $10 a park, which we would have paid, but there's just no parks. And some people are choosing to sit in this very small loop and wait for a park, which is just like, makes it even harder for the lady, doesn't it? So we've driven back down, found a park, paid the same amount, $10. Everywhere in Byron Bay you got to pay for parking so far, and now we're walking up. And this road is one way but quite tight, and there's some quite big rigs up there.
Don't bring your van up.
Yeah, it says no vans. Well, that sucks. Come all the way from the southernmost point to go to the easternmost point, and the damn thing's closed.
So we're here.
We're here.
See, that road, that one is closed.
It doesn't look like we can get
You
there.
can go to Waddiga's Beach, but you can't go to this point. Look out, you get into this point.
And it won't be open until August.
Well, I could probably camp here till August.
Yeah. We've got 4 months. Let's just camp here. Oh well, a reason to come back, I guess. But this is as close as we can get. Well, that's us for Byron Bay. It's super busy. Lots of commercial things around. Very
So overrated.
for us.
So overrated, Byron.
Every time you want to change a car spot, you have to pay for it. Like $10. What we've just spent $20 on car spots, and we've been there 2.5 hours.
Yeah, about that, yeah.
Yeah, we did one walk through a bush walk, and when we come to the lookout, the locals were laughing that we'd walked so far to get to it because it's all overgrown and you can't see anything. So I didn't even get the GoPro out. We went to the information centre to find out if there was a different way to get to the most easterly point of mainland Australia. They said they didn't even know that it was closed, that it's been closed on and off, and they had no idea. They were really nice people. It's not a complaint against them. And the comment that we got from one of the locals is, I don't know why everybody wants to come here. It costs a lot, the roads are shit, and it's packed.
The main street is full of potholes.
I have to say, Mullumbinby has a much nicer feel for us.
Oh, yeah, much nicer.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's more organic. Yeah. So we're just heading out of Byron Bay. We're going to go back to Mullumbinby for lunch and then find something to do. And because I don't know what we're going to do, I will leave it here and I will see you next week on the other side.